All right, let's get right into it. Today, we're talking about one of the biggest debates in all of sports. Who is the greatest of all time? We're going to build a case, piece by piece, for one man, Novak Djokovic. But first, just think about it for a second. When we use that term, GOAT, what do we really mean? Is it just about having the best stats? Is it about pulling off things no one has ever done before? Or maybe it's about being the best when the competition was the toughest it's ever been? Well, for a whole lot of fans and experts, the answer to all of those questions is this guy. So in this explainer, we're going to break down exactly why his name is at the very center of that conversation. Okay, so any argument for the greatest ever has to start with the raw data, right? The cold, hard numbers. This is the bedrock of his legacy, and trust me, these records really do speak for themselves. Let's just start with this one number, 24. Just let that sink in for a moment. It's a number that has completely reshaped the entire history of men's tennis. So what is 24? That is the all-time record for Grand Slam singles titles, ever, in the history of men's tennis. That means more than Federer, more than Nadal, he is standing all alone at the top of a mountain no one else has ever managed to conquer. All right, next up is another massive number, over 390. And this one isn't about winning individual trophies. It's about pure, sustained dominance over a long, long time. That's how many weeks he has officially been ranked the #1 player on the planet. To put that into perspective, that's more than 7 full years at the absolute peak of the sport. It's just a staggering display of consistency. So the numbers are huge. We get it. But the case for Djokovic goes way beyond just having more of everything. It's about achieving things that literally no other man in the history of tennis has ever pulled off. So first, a quick refresher. A career Grand Slam means you've won all 4 of the big ones, the Australian Open, the French Open, Wimbledon, and the US Open, at least once. It's a huge deal because it proves you're a master on every single surface. Now, getting a career Grand Slam is an amazing Hall of Fame-worthy accomplishment. So what did Djokovic do? He did that. And then he did the whole thing all over again. He is the only man in history to win every single major championship at least twice. That's a level of all-court mastery that is just completely in a league of its own. And if you think that's wild, he didn't stop there. He did the same thing with the next tier of tournaments, the 9 Masters 1000 events. Winning all of those is called the Career Golden Masters. And yep, you guessed it, he's the only player in history to have done that twice, too. Now, you might be thinking, okay, these records are just ridiculous. But what makes them truly mind-blowing is the context. He didn't do this in some weak era. He did it during what is, without a doubt, the most competitive, most legendary era men's tennis has ever seen. We're talking about the Big Three. His primary opponents were Roger Federer and Rafael Nadal, the 2 guys that everyone else was calling the GOAT for years. Djokovic didn't just compete with them. He has a winning head-to-head record against both of them. He wasn't just a part of that legendary rivalry, he ultimately conquered it. So we've got the numbers, the one-of-a-kind achievements, the historical context. But who is the actual man behind the legend? Let's round out the picture a little bit. On the court, he's basically a physical marvel. That unbelievable flexibility, the way he can slide into a return on a hard court. His defensive skills are like a brick wall. He can take a shot that would be a clean winner against anyone else and turn it back into an offensive weapon. It's just unreal to watch. And then, off the court, his intellect really shines. The guy speaks, 4 languages fluently? He just seamlessly switches between Serbian, English, German, and Italian in his press conferences. It's a pretty cool way he connects with fans all over the world. And his dedication isn't just for himself, it's for his country. He represents Serbia with an incredible amount of pride, and he even brought home an Olympic bronze medal for them back at the 2008 Beijing Games. And his work goes way beyond the tennis court. Through the Novak Djokovic Foundation, he's poured a ton of effort into supporting early childhood education back in his home country, giving back to the community where he grew up. So this brings us full circle. When you stack it all up, the record-shattering numbers, the things no one else has ever done, and the fact he did it against 2 other giants of the sport, this statement here starts to feel less like an opinion and more like, a fact. And that leaves us with one final big question. Djokovic didn't just break the records, he completely rewrote the record book. So now, you have to wonder, what's left? For the next generation coming up, what does greatness even look like? Now that the bar has been set this impossibly high,